What if the third temple has already been built? And not only that, what if it's already been destroyed as well? I get asked dozens of questions a week on my channel about the third temple. Y'all know that I am starting to believe that the biblical lands were not in the Middle East, but were here in America, and that the Bible took place in America. This would mean that the temple would also be in America. Now, I have not felt fully qualified to answer questions about the third temple. It's something I have not studied out thoroughly to the degree that I would like to before speaking about it publicly. However, my dear friend Sierra of the Times just put out a video on this very topic, and I strongly recommend you go watch the entire thing. I'm going to play you some clips from this video right now. She lays out the sequence of temples from scripture very well.
Did you know that the word third, as in third temple, is not mentioned in the Bible? The first person to build the temple was King Solomon, right? He started in 967, finished in 957 BC. The second one was Zerubbabel. So he started rebuilding the temple in 536 BC. Then we had King Herod the Great. King Herod the Great tore it all the way down. Then he tore out the old foundation and replaced it with new foundation and rebuilt it again. This is the third temple.
Here's the link to her channel. You should be able to click right on that and go watch the full video for yourself. I'm going to play you a few more clips, but so far she's talking about the temples that were already described in the Bible as being built and destroyed, and the third temple has already been built and destroyed. She's going to go on here to say that we are now actually on the fifth or possibly sixth temple. Listen to this.
Jesus says, I don't dwell in a temple made by hands anymore, but you are the temple. Okay, so the temple that he dwells in is in us now. But let me go on. In 70 AD, the Romans came in and destroyed the temple. But in 1538 to 1541, they started rebuilding the walls, the streets again. And it was during the Ottoman Empire. Tartaria was here in America because Asia, the true original Asia, was here in America. There was something huge that happened in the 1800s. But some of those Tartarian buildings still stand today. When the Mormons came into Salt Lake City, which is the biblical location of Jerusalem, they saw some of this already rebuilt. So they said, this is the place. They followed the biblical directions and realized that this was the true location of Jerusalem. They started rebuilding the city. God dwelled with them in the tabernacle. Well, they eventually built a permanent structure called the tabernacle, and it still stands today. And it's Tartarian, it's old. And they're saying that they built that in the 1800s, and they're saying that they built the temple in Salt Lake City in the 1800s. It would appear to me a lot of it was already built. That's how they found it. They found it because it had started to be rebuilt. Because scripture says that it would be rebuilt, but it would be during difficult times. This was the Ottoman Empire. And now, so the temple is being rebuilt now from the ground up because there was an earthquake that took place March the 19th of 2020, and March 18th and 19th of 2020 was when the churches were shut down, the end of the sacrifice and offerings. So they are tore it all the way down to its foundations. They put big, massive rollers underneath it. They're putting so much rebar. The whole point of this video is the third temple was already built, and now we're on the fifth time it's being rebuilt. Jesus dwells in us. We are the temple. This building, they've already built the third, they've already built the fourth, and now we're on the fifth time at least. We could be on the sixth. While everybody's looking to the Middle East waiting for the third temple, we're on the fifth temple at least, and Jesus wasn't talking about another building, he was talking about us. So we already have 3 temples in the Bible. Again, we catch the liars in the middle of their lies. The truth is coming out, the truth is being revealed. And the Middle East is a fraud and a lie, and the biblical locations are here in America.
So she goes on to talk a lot about Tartaria in the World Fairs and a lot of other topics that kind of correlate and tie all this together. So I really recommend go watch the whole video. It's extremely interesting. It ties together a lot about what I have been sharing on this channel as well. So I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Drop any comments or questions you have. I'd love to interact with you guys. Also, be sure to check out my map. You can go to the link in my bio to see the full map of all the biblical lands in America. And I also, if you're new here, I recommend going to my playlists. Up at the top of my page, there's playlists, and I have all my videos broken down into categories by location. So go check that out if you haven't already.